Now we just need to tidy up our approach here. Right. Okay. Yeah, so not steer so much in fast fall. Obviously. This MT can be done later. Like, I don't think he even got a full start boost here, but. Or maybe I'm lying. It doesn't look like he did. But anyway, this MT can be done later. This is something, it's a surprisingly simple time save if you can manage to do it properly. Delay this MT actually reduces your boost downtime. Um, this is something that once you start getting to higher levels, it can be a problem on lap transitions. But anyway, like this idea is fine, but here double hop and do another RMT. Mono MT is probably better because you've got to recover quite a bit of an LMT here because of the fence. So again, RMT. If you're not going to do like a snaking here with a double hop, just double hop RMT it. You'll do much better for sure. Uh, and yeah, hop and fast fall. For this one, if you're at this point here and you're releasing this MT, this next MT should be an LMT. You're doing another RMT, but because this track's like it's slidey, you're trying to force your way around with an RMT here, but the momentum's pulling you this way, and doing an RMT here, what happens on a slidier track is you sort of spin more, and it means that you're facing more the wrong direction. You're facing too far this way, and you're not actually going enough this way or going this way soon enough. So you see here, it kind of just throws you this awkward angle wide. And by the time you're starting to go where you want to go, you're facing quite far this way, which means a lot of recovery here. And this is the trap that happens when you got slippier road like on Choco Island, Frappe Snowland, the sand on like Cheap Cheap Beach. It's like you really have to sort of be more careful with how you decide which MTs to do, your timing and which direction. And in this particular case, it's the direction, because if you were to instead do an LMT here, it would like much more nicely pull you this way, and you could go to the right of this ramp. And while it's not necessarily faster, if you do like a really good sort of 4 RMT into LMT strategy, as far as like you're concerned at your level, you're almost certainly just want to do that. It will be easier for you. It will probably be a lot better, and you can just maintain a much straighter sort of line. Hard to pause the video at the right time, but like it'll give you a much straighter line up here. You see the tree here? Maybe hard to tell, but like you could really sort of focus with an LMT here, pulling you to the right hand side of this ramp and allow you to go much more towards this sort of direction. You're recovering here quite a bit, and then there's a lot of boost downtime. So while you do manage to recover a good line, the boost downtime you get and a lot of the steering afterwards ruins you. At your level, it would do, because as well, you've just got to watch the shallow water here. Unless you're really high level, you're not going to negotiate this like all that well. It gives you more room as well. It's just going to make things much better. You're going to get an MT much earlier, which means you should get another MT out. So like you'd probably be able to get like an RMT, LMT, maybe even another RMT before the water, and I think as well you'd be able to push more here as well. So this is how much it's affecting your run really, is not doing an LMT back here is stopping you from realistically being able to push closer to this sign and get a really nice run through the like water closer to the off like out of bounds area. So like I've said in previous runs before, it's had quite a profound effect on the outcome. Yeah, this section's not too bad as such. You just gotta watch this. You found this, you'll know what I'm talking about immediately when I say this. This particular part of the road is horrible. It just eats your inputs. Your MTs just don't happen. Yeah, this might be a section where it's not ideal, but it might work to. Because it's. Possibly, rather than rushing it so much. I'm trying to think how the best to approach this because it doesn't look like you're going to have a huge amount of time. I think if you can, get this MT out earlier, and if you have to, use a little right steering here. This is obviously not ideal. I'm obviously telling you to do a bit of steering here. It's maybe counterintuitive slightly, but occasionally you just got to do what you have to do to stop yourself from being thrown all the way down here. Or alternatively, if you can get this drift started a bit earlier. Not easy, admittedly, but try and get this MT out as soon as you can. This is like a priority MT at this point. Get this out as soon as you can, and you should be able to get this more consistently. Worst comes to the worst, not an ideal option, but you could always just follow up with another RMT, but that has similar problems to what I described back in this section here. So it's not ideal. But see how you do. And this section, the idea is right. There's not worth saying too much here at this point. I think this is where it's easy to gain time with a good setup. You kind of do this quite well, actually. Try and push a bit further or delay a bit more in this MT, and you might be able to go straight into an LMT here. Right, hold on. This is gonna. Yeah, if you actually, sorry, don't delay it. If you get this MT about a little earlier, this RMT, you might be able to do an RMT sooner, and then that might allow you to do an extra RMT, which overall is, again, another time save. This is another situation where it's easy to like lose time and not realize you're losing as much time as you are. Get this MT out earlier. Again, try and make that a priority MT, and then hard drift into RMT. You might be able to get 2 RMTs out in this section, and then there you go, more time save. Otherwise, this idea is fine. Just try not. I appreciate this is quite a hard section, but if you are struggling to do the empties out here, just do a double hop, like a recovery hop. Don't do this sort of hop and then wait, and you don't want to do that at all. If you're struggling, try and mix up the timing, or just do mono MTs. Just stick to one direction with double hops. It'll work better and reduce your boost time overall. Simple as that, I guess. Simple as. So yeah, that's mostly it, really. Otherwise, the shroom. Not too bad. To be fair, you're at a horrible position with the water. If you were closer to the out of bounds, you might be able to get a bit further. Otherwise, this is an unfortunate situation where you're probably just going to want to just go a little bit white. Well, actually, no, I think you got away with it, now I think about it. Yeah, no, I would actually just try and push a bit closer here if you can, see if it works. You might get a better shrimp, but admittedly, it's ass when the water's that high. So yeah, I think that's mostly the improvements that are required. So, is there any other parts you want me to like ask about? Um, Anything else that's making you think, I don't quite get this? Or do you feel enlightened as an individual? Cool. Okay. If that's all, then I hope some of that was helpful. I think the ramp section is where your biggest improvement is because, like, yeah, like, no, that's all right. Yeah, that's where most of your time's going to be saved. Actually, I just remembered I was going to look at the lap 2 section. Like, you're actually not too bad in the water here. Like, look here, the tide, is it just starting to go up there? Yeah, it is. But, you can still be braver here. Again, a better ramp position. You're already going to be set up much better here. You'll have a lot more boost up time. And really just sort of push in here. Like, with the improvements, you'll be able to go through some of this water. If you're really improved, you'll be able to do a full, like, lap 1 type off-road here as well. But if you really do have to take the wide road round for whatever reason, still push as far as you can because you can really cut the distance down, like, a heck of a lot. But yeah, anyway, I hope that all helps.